Good morning, everyone. Thanks for jumping on with me today. Today's awesome because we are now on step number 10 of the 10 steps to success. So let's go ahead and just review really quick why step number 10 is so important. The golden formula is what I call it, right? The golden formula. And it has to do with the culmination of everything we've seen up till now. So just to review really fast, step number 1 was all about our why, our defining our motivation, right? Defining what it is that that's really keeping us up at night, right? What's worrying us? What is it we want to achieve in life? What are we trying to go and get? Whether it's financial freedom, time freedom, being able to go and serve and bless the lives of other people and stuff like that. It's really important to have that, but define it, right? Define it so that it's specific, right? Like, okay, I need to be financially free because number one, I want my new car, right? But it's not just, oh, I need a new car. It's I'm getting that Chevy Colorado, or I'm getting that Tesla, Model 3, whatever it is, right? And I want it to be cherry red, and I want it to have this and that, and like specific stuff, right? And okay, and after that, I want to be able to have a retirement home in Mexico where I can go and live on the beach, right? And this is what it's going to look like, and this is exactly the town it's going to be in, all of that. You define it so perfectly that it just becomes a reality to you, and it's ingrained in your brain. And so when things get tough, oh, okay, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm sticking through it. This is why I'm going to continue. And that's an important part of this, okay, is the motivation to stick with it when things get hard. Second step was all about creating your team, right? Figuring out who it is you're going to work with, defining who are your generals, right? Who are your teammates? Who are the ones that have certain talents that you want to work with closely, your inner circle, right? And then from there, figuring out how to go and duplicate that, help them do the same thing of finding their inner circle and who they want to work with. And then, of course, starting to use the lighthouse method to go out and attract new people in all the time, right? And again, it's all about the consistency and doing it on at least a weekly, if not daily basis, right? Okay, step number 3 was all about goals, goal setting, and defining, all right, how am I going to do this? Okay, this is my long-term goal. This is my why. How am I going to do that? This is what I'm going to do. I need to achieve this by certain date. And to do that, I need to do this and this every single week. And I also need to do this and this every single day, right? Daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals. This is how I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to sleep at night until I've actually accomplished them. But make sure that they're actually goals that depend on you and not on others, right? Like prospecting. I'm going to talk to 5 people a day, right? That's on you. You can't say, oh, I'm going to sign up 5 people today, because that's on them. So if you do that, we have these realistic goals, we're going to do it. Step 4 was all about being committed and deciding this is what I want to do. I'm here, and I'm being a professional about this, right? Maybe taking into consideration, go pro, right? I'm going to be a pro at this. I'm not just going to do this as a hobby. I'm not going to just be, the person that goes and kind of, okay, dabbles in it, right? No, we're going to take it serious, and we're going to set goals that are realistic, and we're going to, be committed, and we're going to stick through it, thick or thin, rain or shine, right? All of that, sickness and health, all those things. Okay, nothing's going to deter us. If you have to take a break, that's great, but you're taking it seriously still. Personal development, step number 5, all about becoming that $1 million person, right? Like Jim Rohn always taught, hey, if you want to have $1 million, become $1 million person. Because then even if you lose it, you can go do it again, because you're already that person, right? You've got the skill set, you've got the talent, and you've got the know-how on how to make it happen. Step number 6, all about plugging in, being connected, going on the Zooms, going to the meetings, being on the trainings, all that stuff, right? Consistently. Why? It's just like plugging in your phone. If you let your phone die, you're not going to get anything out of it, right? You got to plug it in, got to charge it up every night. Well, same thing with your business, right? You got to be plugged in all the time, because there's always going to be something new, something motivating, something that's going to get you excited. And that's what you need. Stay plugged in. Number 7, all about the invite, how to invite people, how to talk to people, how to maintain that posture, how to, show people that, hey, you're going to do this with them or without them. You're going to, and we've got the solution, we've got the answer. We're actually doing them a favor. The products and services work. People are saving money, they're making money, and you actually, are convinced of it. And so no matter what they say, if they come up with excuses, they turn you down, they say, no, I'm not interested, then that's on them, right? And you can tell them, okay, great. If you need to go think about it, you need to go ask somebody about it, that's fine. Go do it. I don't care. I'm doing this with you or without you. And it's not sales, right? It's not, oh, you got to get them right there at the moment, because if they walk out that door, they're never coming back, right? We don't do that. We don't worry about that. With what we're doing with networking, we are creating relationships, right? We want something long-term. It's not about the one-time sale. It's about, hey, I'm establishing a relationship, I'm offering value, and let's work together, let's be a team, and and let them walk away. That's okay, because if you show them we have the cookie, we have the answer, then they'll be back and they'll be like, oh, okay, and they'll respect you, right? So that's important. Number 8, all about knowing the biz, knowing how the comp plan works, understanding what's under the hood, right? Understanding the ins and outs of the products and how they work and how to do them and how to set them up and how to use them to save money and how to do all the stuff, right? How to structure your team to maximize the comp plan, all those different things that you got to understand, knowing the biz, and then of course having the answer so that when people ask, you can say, hey, yeah, this is how it works. This is what's going on, right? You need to study it and understand it. Then, of course, last week we talked about step number 9, which is your leadership, right? You don't want people joining just because you're a title, right? I'm the boss, so you're doing this. You don't want them to just come in because they're your friend, right? Obviously that's a good start. They know you, they like you, they trust you, so now they're going to jump in and do the business with you. And that's great. But you know what? We want to become level 3 and level 4 leaders, right? Level 3 meaning, hey, I'm actually having results. I'm having success. I'm making money. I'm living the dream, right? And so people will follow you because they see you having success. But then, of course, the next level, level 4, hey, people are going to follow you not because you're having success, but because now they're having success because of you. Because of your example, your teaching, your leadership, right? Your reaching out a hand and lifting them up. Now people will follow you anywhere because they saw that what they are now doing by following your example works, right? That's where we want to get. So today, with the golden formula, we're going to talk about how all of those 9 things combine into this. If you do it correctly and you do it consistently, and you do it for enough time, you will have success. It's mathematical, right? This is a 1 + 1 = 2 kind of thing. This is not something that, it's all about luck, right? It's not. It's not, something like, maybe, right? Some people can do it and others can't. No, this is everyone. This is a mathematical formula. If you do the 9 steps correctly, you do them consistently, and you do them for long enough, you will have success. I guarantee it. It's a mathematical formula. It's not about emotion. It's not about, maybe. It will happen. If you're not having success yet, it's because either you're not doing it correctly, you're not doing it consistently, or you just haven't done it long enough yet. Okay. So let's talk about that. Correctly. What does that mean? It means following those 9 steps, each and every one of them, watching the videos related to the company, reading the recommended books, all that stuff, right? It's just really plugging in those nine things and doing them right. Many people complain about the bad results they might be getting, and this is just because they're not doing it properly, right? If you're not having success, it's probably because you're not doing it correctly yet, okay? Success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying the basic fundamentals, right? So we got the basic fundamentals, which is the 9 steps. Now we're going to do it consistently, okay? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson said, I've learned over the years that when it comes to success, consistency is key. Consistent hard work that we may not like doing today but for a payoff we'll love tomorrow. So earn it and enjoy it, right? We got to do it consistently at a constant rate. Now, this doesn't mean that we got to do it like all day long. That's not what we're talking about. I'm not talking about doing 8 hours a day, right? No, what we're saying is, even if we just dedicate a few hours a week, do it every single week, right? You can't like drop off, right? You can't say, oh, I'm going to start and then I disappear for a week or two and then I come back again and then I leave again, right? That is not going to work. But if you can say, yeah, even if it's just a couple hours a week, even if I just plug in a couple trainings a week, do it and be consistent about it, and it will happen. Okay. And then, of course, long enough, right? It takes time for a seed to grow and become a tree. It requires time for geometric progression to happen, right? You plant that seed and you got to let it grow. You got to take care of it. You got to nurture it. You got to let it turn into a, the little sapling, and then all of a sudden it turns into a tree, okay? Over time. You plant the seeds in the spring and you're not going to eat the fruit until the fall, right? Until the time of harvest. That's just the way it works. That's the law of the harvest. That's the way everything is, okay? And again, with geometric progression, the example of the penny that duplicates every single day for 30 days. If you watch it, and guess what? 1 penny in 2 days is 2 pennies, right? In 4 days, it's 8. Okay, in 7 days, it's 64 cents. Oh, wow. In 14 days, it's now $82. Oh, okay, now we're starting to see something, right? But look at that. By day 21, it's $10,000. And by day 30, it's over 5 million. That's how it works. So when you get started, yeah, you're just getting started, right? You started with maybe 3 people that you've talked to and invited, and you got them in, and you're working with them, and they're starting to do it and everything. So in the beginning, it's slow, right? It takes some time, it takes some nurture, it takes some more effort, it takes some enthusiasm and all that. But guess what? Next thing you know, it's duplicating. It's progressing geometrically, and all of a sudden you have 100 people on your team, and you're like, whoa. How'd that happen? Right? Where'd they come from? Well, it's because it's duplicating, right? It's happening. And then next thing you know, those 100 people, they're out there doing it, and it's 500. And next thing you have 1,000 people. It might take 6 months, right? But all of a sudden, with a team that big, you can now see how the income will start to grow like crazy. So you got to give it the time. You got to give it, the time for that tree to take root. And for the tree to start to grow and then to finally blossom, right? That's what it takes, okay? So super important to give it time. Now, once we've done that, right, now we're going to have true success. True success comes from those consistent efforts made over time. Each of us will have a different definition of success. The foundation of all true success comes from a constant effort that is applied every day towards a worthy goal. So making mistakes along the way, yeah, that's part of the path to success. But doing your best every day and staying on track will lead you to that goal. Whether you're giving your best effort, you are successful, okay? Or when you're giving your best effort, you're successful. It's not the big giant things, right? It's those constant little efforts that represent success. In fact, it reminded me of a quote I should have added in this presentation, but it says, Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome was built every day. Think about that. Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome was built every day. It was the laying of the bricks every single day for years and years and years, right? That's how it became Rome. So Thomas Carlyle taught permanence, perseverance, and persistence in spite of all obstacles, discouragement, and impossibilities. It is this that in all things distinguishes the strong soul from the weak. We just got to keep pushing on, okay? Being persistent is this. Napoleon Hill taught in his book, Think and Grow Rich, which we should all be reading, how to develop persistence. A definite purpose, okay? So we talked about that. That was step number 1, right? The why, okay? Defining our why, backed by a burning desire for its fulfillment. So step number 1, okay, cool. Step number 2, so in this one, a definite plan expressed in continuous action, right? So there we go. So that's our step 2. Our step 3 was setting goals, right? Definite plan. Step number 4, commitment and all that. Okay. Actually, in step 4 becomes this number 3 here, a mind closed tightly against negative and discouraging influence. There we go. Right. Step 4, commitment. Step 5 of personal development. Okay. Step 6 of, plugging in, all that, right? And then, of course, number 4, a friendly alliance with one or more persons who will encourage one to follow through with both plan and purpose. Okay, so that's the team building. So that's it right there, right? How to Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill taught that years ago, but it's all summarized in these 10 steps we're talking about. Okay, and then, of course, we want to keep it. If we are persistent, we will get it. If we are consistent, we will keep it, right? Persistent to get it, consistent to keep it. And that's really what we want. We want it to be long-term. We want it to be around forever. So we're going to press on, right? Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan, press on, has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. That was Calvin Coolidge. Very, very powerful. So, in conclusion, Dale Carnegie taught, most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying when there seemed to be no hope at all. It's in the consistency. Correctly consistent for long enough equals success. My friends, let's go do it. Let's follow these 10 steps. Let's go out there and really do them. And I promise you, like a mathematical formula, you will have the success you're looking for. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey of 10 steps to success. Hopefully it was helpful for you. And of course, this will not be the end of the trainings. We'll continue on with other trainings and things, but apply these 10 steps in your life and you will find the true happiness you're looking for. Thanks so much. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.